CNN has learned that President Trump phoned his lawyers on the way home from the summit in Singapore with Kim Jong-un to discuss the next steps in Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. Let's get some more with our specialists and our analysts. And where do you see things going, Gloria?
Well, it's hard to say at this point. We do know that the president, even as euphoric as he was about the North Korea summit, Dana Bash and I are reporting that he called his lawyers from Air Force One to talk about next steps. And the president's lawyers have all assembled in Washington. They want to meet with their client very soon, this week. And they expect a meeting with the special counsel either later this week or sometime next week. And the issue on the table, of course, is the president's testimony and the question of whether they can strike some kind of a deal of limited questions for this president, or whether Mueller will subpoena the president of the United States. Some of the lawyers are saying they don't expect a subpoena from Bob Mueller, but that is not at all clear to them.
There's a legal term for what's going on here, which is Groundhog Day. I mean, this has just been going on and on about whether he's going to give an interview. And you know what? It's a complicated question, but it's not that complicated. You limit the subject areas, you limit the amount of time, or you don't do it. And I have to believe the Mueller office is just sick of having their chain yanked over, for months now about whether he's going to do this interview.
But the president's changed lawyers, too, don't forget. So you have to sort of get acquainted with a whole new team of lawyers, including the Raskins and Rudy Giuliani, and go through this song and dance again. And remember, the president is telling his lawyers that he wants to testify. And as you know, you guys are all of you are lawyers, you know that most lawyers would say to this client, don't do it. But if you have a client who wants to testify, what do you do?
Can they resolve this, Susan, without a subpoena?
Ultimately, that's going to be up to the president. It is to the benefit of both sides that they actually agree to this voluntarily. So it potentially spares the special counsel's office a lengthy legal battle, and it's going to allow the president's legal team to limit the scope of that. So it really does benefit both sides. What Trump can do here is decide to fight it, and I think that he can build in quite a bit of delay and cost for the special counsel's office, but he is overwhelmingly unlikely to win on the merits, and I think he knows that at the end of the day. I mean, the larger point here is it's really not possible to expect Robert Mueller to be able to conclude an investigation that has lots of open questions about the president's mental state, why he did certain things, what he was thinking at the time, without sitting down and actually speaking to the president. So to the extent that Trump appears to be really, really frustrated with sort of the delay here, he's kind of the master of his own destiny in deciding to sit down.
Prosecutors investigate people all the time without talking to them. Most defendants, most suspects take the fifth. They don't cooperate.
But he can't.
Right. Yeah, the difference is it's a president of the United States and the political
But I'm saying the idea that he can't complete his investigation without talking to President Trump, I don't think that's necessarily true. I think he will just go on ahead. I do think he will subpoena him, and he'll try to talk to him.